The name of this story is the Oregon Treaty. It is actually in the Your Turn practice book, page 53, and it will be a timed read for you. The Oregon Treaty. The United States began on the east coast of North America. Over 7 decades, the country spread west. Different regions were acquired or added at different times. By the mid-1800s, the country stretched the width of the continent. As it grew, the United States sometimes clashed with other countries. Both the United States and Great Britain, for example, wanted the Oregon Territory. Great Britain wanted the territory for its North American colony, which would later become Canada. The United States wanted the land for its people. The claims. The Oregon Territory stretched from the Pacific Ocean to the Rocky Mountains. Russian Alaska was to the north. Mexican California was to the south. Part of the territory would later become the states of Oregon, Washington, and Idaho. Part of it would become the Canadian province of British Columbia. Both the United States and Great Britain had valid or reasonable claims to the land. Explorers from both countries had traveled there. Both countries had trading posts there. The conflict. The United States and Great Britain fought each other in the War of 1812. At the war's end in 1815, both sides kept naval ships on the Great Lakes. This fed tension between the countries. In 1818, the United States and Great Britain signed treaties to ease that tension. One treaty designated or chose the 49th parallel as the border between the United States and Great Britain's colony. The border stopped at the Rocky Mountains. The parties could not agree on a way to split the Oregon Territory. They did agree that settlers from both countries would move there. Settlers migrated to the Oregon Territory by the thousands. To migrate is to move from one place to another. Many used the Oregon Trail, which opened in 1843. The presence of so many United States citizens in the territory had a big impact. The United States felt it had to force its claim to the region. Great Britain saw that it would never rule the whole territory. Both sides were ready to end the conflict. The compromise. By 1845, James Polk became President of the United States. He had used the campaign slogan or motto, 54-40 or fight. The 54-40 line formed the Oregon Territory's northern edge. Polk vowed that the United States would own the whole territory. If needed, he would go to war to get it. In the mid-1840s, the United States was close to going to war with Mexico over Texas. The United States was not strong enough to fight 2 wars at the same time. For economic reasons, Great Britain was not ready for war either. The 2 sides agreed to negotiate. To negotiate is to discuss the terms of an agreement. Polk knew Great Britain would not give the United States the whole Oregon Territory. He proposed splitting the region at the 49th parallel. Britain would get the land north of the line. The United States would get the land south of it. Great Britain had one condition. A border straight across the 49th parallel would divide Vancouver Island. Great Britain wanted the whole island. Polk agreed. The Oregon Treaty of 1846 was signed. The border was set at the 49th parallel except at Vancouver Island. There the line curved south to give the entire island to Great Britain. And we have an inset. The War of 1812 ends. 1815, 1818, the 49th parallel becomes the northern U.S. border. Then 1825, this is a timeline. 1835, 1843, the Oregon Trail opens. 1845, James Polk becomes president. 1846, the Oregon Treaty is signed, and then we come up to 1855. So that's a timeline.